So, the other day, my family and I were getting ready to go somewhere. I actually think this happened on Sunday, and we were getting ready to go to the prayer meeting at church. So what happened is we were all getting ready, and I went out into, the living room, kitchen area of the house, and I gave my kids some instructions, started the instructions in there, and kind of kept walking towards my bedroom and bathroom, like still giving instructions over my shoulder, how we all do that, because I was in a hurry, okay? Well, my kids heard me because they acknowledged, I heard several yes ma'ams or acknowledgement, and that was it. Everything was good. So I carried on into my bathroom and I kept getting ready, and my husband followed me into the bathroom, and he was asking me, "What did you just say to the kids? I heard you were saying something to them. What did you say so I can make sure it gets done?" Basically is what he was saying. And so I repeated myself. I explained it again, and he told me, "Well, they didn't hear you." And I said, "Yes, they did, because they acknowledged me. I know that they heard me. They acknowledged me." And he goes, "Well, I didn't hear you." I didn't hear you. So, that would usually be a catalyst for an argument or something. But I was absolutely struck in that moment. And this realization hit me so hard, honestly. And I thought to myself, really, why does my husband not hear me, but my kids do? Okay? And so before I get started, I want you ladies to understand this is not a husband bashing post at all. It's just, this is how the encounter worked out. This is how it happened, okay? So, it kind of really made me realize some things about order and being in tune with the ones that you depend on, most especially God, okay? So let me continue just explaining this realization, all right? And I hope I'm not horribly behind a lot of people on this, but it's what came to me this week, so I'm sharing it with you ladies. So, why can my kids hear my voice and my husband can't? Okay? Well, that is because he doesn't need me the way that they need me, like really, really need me, okay? So he has quite literally never lived inside of my body, okay? He and required me to keep him alive. He has never needed that from me. So every breath that I took, my kids benefited. Every drop of water that I drank, my kids benefited. Every single beat of my heart, they felt, they heard, they experienced at the same time that I did, okay? They literally could not be separated from their life-sustaining source, okay? So they were so intertwined and in tune with me and my body that they could not live without me. That is how it works, okay? My husband has never been in that position. He never has, okay? With his mom, yeah, sure. With me, no, all right? So then that made me think further. I'm gonna get a drink, hold on. That made me think further. He is not in tune with my voice because I was not the one who sustained him ever in the past. I am also not the one who continues to sustain him in the future. I am not his nurturer. I'm not his protector, his guidance, his avenger. I'm not those things for him. I do nurture and protect and guide, but in a different way. Okay. I don't cover him in that way like I do my kids. It's different. So when I speak, he doesn't need me. So he is not in tune all the time. He is not dialed in all the time to literally everything out of my mouth. That's just the way that it works. However, my kids are very in tune. They know their mama's voice. Just like us mamas, we know our own babies cry. We know the way they breathe. We know the way they laugh. We know everything about them. Absolutely everything about them. They are also in tune with us, okay? For those reasons, because we are, in a way, their source here on earth, okay? We're a physical representation of all of the things that they get from their Heavenly Father. We should be, okay? They know our voice. They know it intimately. They have heard it from the inside of our bodies. They know who we are. With every cell in their body, they know us, okay? They listen for it. Even if you think they're not listening for it, they do. They're listening for it. They hear it above all else. Our voice, my voice as their mom, cuts through chaos, disasters, everything, no matter where they are and what they are doing. They know that when they hear me, when they hear my voice, they can run to it. Okay? They know where to go. It's like a beacon to them. They can run to that, and they will be provided with safety and nurturing and unconditional love. No matter what, endlessly and unconditionally, they will receive that if they come to the sound of my voice. Okay? So that brings me now to the whole epitome of this realization for me. Okay? I literally had to take myself down to a level of a child in order to understand this. Okay? I mean, I got it, like I understood it, but looking at it literally from the viewpoint of a tiny little helpless child, like we are supposed to be with our Heavenly Father, okay? The epitome of this realization for me is, how in tune are we with our Heavenly Father? Our source, our sustainer, our protector, our comforter. Do we hear his voice when he calls? Is it his voice that cuts through the chaos and the busyness of our hectic lives? Is his voice the one that lands deeply inside of our hearts and stops us in our tracks? Are we responding to him when he's trying to call us back and away from danger, or have we allowed ourselves to become so far and so separated from him and out of habit stopped listening for our Father's voice, that when we are running absolutely headlong into disaster, into danger, into eternity, the wrong path to eternity, the one we don't want, when we start being fleshly and we are running headlong down the wrong path, are we hearing his warnings? Have we stopped hearing the gentle voice the one that guides us and keeps us on track? Have we stopped hearing that voice? Have we tuned it out? We are not listening to his instructions anymore. As a whole, you ladies doing a good job. I feel like you are. But it is such a habit that people just tune it out, okay? They just stop listening to instructions, the big things and the small things, okay? Our lives are made up of a million small little things. So we just stop listening to the instructions of our Heavenly Father, the one who is always there, no matter what, to guide us, to protect us, to pull us back when we need to be pulled back. We've stopped listening. And oftentimes, as is the case with me, I just insist on doing it the hard way. I don't know why. I've got to stop. Okay? So we have got to cut out the chaos. We have got to cut out the busyness. We have got to cut out this I've got this attitude. I'm a mom. I'm a super mom. It's 2023. I can do all and be all to absolutely everybody, every day, all the time, everywhere. That's not true. I hate to break it to you, ladies. That's not true. You are only human, okay? So we need to remember that even though we are fantastic grown-ups, we are. A lot of people are messaging me right now, and it's really distracting. So even though we are really amazing grown-ups, lovely ladies, we actually are incredibly little, very, very little, okay? We are actually very incompetent. We are actually very incapable of anything compared to God, our parent, our heavenly parent. Because we are literally his children, okay? He looks at us the exact same way that we look at our kids when they're running around and doing crazy little kid shenanigans and not listening, okay? He loves us and held us before we were even formed in our mother's wombs, okay? He is our ultimate source, our protector, our avenger, our mentor, our teacher, and we have to stay under the shelter of his wing. And we have to listen for the sound of his voice in all things, every day. Okay, ladies? Because just like what happens with our kids when we tell them, don't do that or you're going to get hurt, God's saying the same thing to us. Don't do that or you're going to get hurt. Okay? Listen. Hear his voice when he speaks softly to you, because he doesn't want to be a yelly God. Like I tell my kids all the time, please don't make me be the yelling mom. I don't want to be the yelling mom. Please listen to the gentle correction. Listen to the loving guidance before you get to the point where God is having to use his stern voice and call you back from eternal damnation because you have gone so far the other way that you are not savable anymore except for a miracle from him. He just listened the first time, okay? So that is what I've been thinking on for a few days, being in tune with the voice of our Father, okay? And I know, to me, this is a huge revelation. To you ladies, maybe you've had it already. I've had varying degrees of it over the years of this revelation, but this particular week, it absolutely just struck me so hard when I had that encounter with my husband. And I realized really what it's like to be in tune versus not in tune, and why it is so important. Why my kids can hear my voice. Why can I hear God's voice? Because I truly am in the proper order and the proper place to understand that without Him, I am nothing. Absolutely nothing. I am absolutely destined to fail in everything without Him. Without His voice in my life, I will fail, period. So, ladies, be like a little child, okay? Be like a little child. Listen to the voice of your Father. Please let Him, allow Him to make your life easier because He wants to. We want to do that for our kids. He wants to do that for us, okay? He has already made a way. He has already cleared a path. If we just stay on the path that He puts us on and we listen to His instructions and His correction and His guidance and we stay in His will, that's all we need. That's the best we can do. Outside of that, ladies, we are going to end up exactly like our kids when they jump off of a ledge that's too high and end up with a broken tooth and a busted lip and a bump on the head, or worse, okay? Because we were not in tune, we did not listen to our Heavenly Father, and we ended up in a disaster, okay? So be like a little child. Like when you tell your kids, listen to me or else something bad's going to happen, I'm telling you, ladies, listen to your Heavenly Father or else, okay? The consequences are real. They are so real and they are forever. All right. So that's it. I love you ladies a whole lot, and I hope I didn't drive you crazy with me getting on here and just airing out my mentalness. Yes, we do. We have to listen to His voice. Absolutely. So I hope I didn't get on here and drive you ladies crazy. And I hope that analogy kind of helps us understand our place, you know, with God as our Father. Because it helped me. So I love you ladies very much. And don't forget that Fight Time Conference, Huddle Up 2023, ladies, okay? It is a week from tomorrow. Y'all, we are kicking it off a week from tomorrow. It is not too late. You can still register. You can even register at the door, okay? Please come. We want you there. We are looking forward to having you. God is going to move in a mighty, mighty way. And I want you to be a part of it. I want you to have some of it, okay? So I love you ladies a whole lot, and I'll see you soon.